with you in the rain for hours. If you said it would heal your pain, I'll lay with you in the sun. Just 'cause you're my number one. 'Cause you're my number one. I'll do anything for your love, your happiness and trust. Your everything is everything I need to get through. So I thank the Lord above. Bless me with a different love. Leading me straight to you is the best thing he's ever done. Like a hula hula hoop. My life revolves around you. Like a hula hula hoop. I was lost until I found you. Like a hula hula hoop. You and me, we forever locked in. Like a hula hula hoop. Life came full circle when you came. I would not change it for the world. Not for all the diamonds and pearls. You really are my one of one in a million kind of love. I'll do anything for your love, your happiness and trust. Your smile is everything I need to see to get through. I can thank someone above. Bless me with a special love. Leading me straight to you is the best thing you've ever done. Like a hula hula hoop. My life revolves around you. Like a hula hula hoop. I was lost until I found you. Like a hula hula hoop. You and me, we forever locked in. Like a hula hula hoop. Life came full circle when you came in. Like a hula hula hula. Hula hula. Hula hula. Like a hula hula hula. Hula hula. Like a hula hula hula.
Not really
Exactly.
right? Talofa Internet, Talofa World, Talofa Utah, welcome in. You're tuning into Budah's Lounge under Everyday People. I'm your host, I'm Big Budah. I've been part of the media landscape in Utah for the last 20-something years. If you've been to a club, if you've been to a wedding, a party, did I say club? If you've been to a lot of these things in the past, 15, 20 years? Can I say that?
Yeah.
Here in
about
Salt Lake
20
City?
Yeah, 20 years.
If
20
you
plus
were
years.
a bar hopper, at least one time you may have heard the name DJ Specialist. Yes, this is the man. This is the myth. This is the guy that got you shaking your booty and had that guy fall in love with you, or had that girl fall in love with you. Before we get into him and give him his flowers, well overdue if he hasn't already gotten them. Just want to remind everybody that GetMedCard.co is sponsoring this program. Easiest, quickest way to get your medical card at $70 right now. They are also sponsoring the first ever Canna Fan Fest. Jason, you said you want me to find some DJs. Well, that's what we're doing. We're interviewing your first DJ for the festival, September 27th. If you renew your card, you'll get a discount to a ticket to the festival. If you get a brand new medical card, you'll get a free ticket to the festival. 21 years and older. It's an adult event. We're just talking about medical cannabis card program here in Utah. Also want to remind everybody that there is a missing son. There's a missing person. His name is Siausi Cook Vehikite, local guy. He grew up in Rose Park, about 40-ish. He's been missing since Wednesday. If you've seen him, if you know him, right on the flyer is where you can leave a message, and we're trying to help this family find their son, their brother. Again, his name is Siausi Cook Vehikite. Now it gives me great pleasure. Oh, wait, one more. For the Canna Fan Fest, a couple of artists have already been approved that are going to be on the ticket locally. James the Mormon.
Love it.
Yada the Great.
That's right.
Marlon Nim's daughter.
Yep.
Analea Brown.
Okay.
And Richie V.
Oh, man. Great lineup already. That's
Already
a
good
great
lineups,
lineup.
yes.
Yep.
And we don't have it official, but I'm going to connect Jason Stark with DJ Specialist. It's going to be our first DJ on the festival. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, my guest, special guest, because he is specialist, DJ Specialist. His government name, Sui. Everybody calls him Sui, but I'll let him introduce himself because, you know, when polys get together, it's like, Sully, what's your last name? Where you come on? Hey, I think we're relations. Related. Sorry, I think we're related. So if you wouldn't mind there, in the origin story of DJ Specialist, Tell us just a little bit about your family. You know, where do you come from? That kind of stuff. From Mullet. So your family get their flowers too.
I appreciate it. So I was born in Samoa, Savai, in my mom's village. Last name Tui Masevi. So from there, lived in Southern California in the city of Santa Ana. Shout out to all my 714s. I know who you are. And then just migrated up here like everyone else to try to find something new and create something better for, us as kids. So ended up here, went to Granger High School. And yeah, man, I'm original G House, man. I was G House when it was a little G.
Little G.
It wasn't
wow, why
even
you
the
gotta
big
go
G.
there?
It's the little G. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been around for a minute, and then after graduation, I took off. So I started. Started in the late 90s. Yeah, late 90s. Here's something funny. I did my first official DJ gig back in, it was like somewhere in 1999. It was a first year birthday party for a baby girl. She's now 24, getting ready to be married, engaged, and everything.
Please, finish your sentence.
Hey, man.
Are you doing the wedding?
I'm hoping to do the
That
wedding.
would be
So if you
that would
see
be
me,
freaking amazing.
Hey, if you see me here, let me do it because I did your first birthday party. And
It would be a great story.
yeah, it would be nice. But yeah, she's. I came across social media that she got proposed to. So yeah, if that tells you how long I've been in the game, so yeah.
And if that's 24 years.
Yeah,
That's 24 years. You did her 1-year-old. Now, obviously, she didn't understand what's going on, but they were adults. They were teenagers. They were single adults, right?
Yes,
so that's what I'm saying, bro. You've been around for a long time. I know you're very humble. Most people in your position are very humble. They want to keep to themselves, and they're enjoying their success. The whole reason why we would love to talk to you, Specialist, is because you have been doing something at a high level for so long. I don't want people to take it for granted and think, oh, it's so easy. I just push plays it now. Everybody need to know the kind of hustle my brother's been doing. We have worked together, and that's what this is. It's just about giving your flowers. I want to take you back to the beginning. That's your first gig, was the 1-year-old birthday. After that, it's such a nerve-wracking experience. Did everybody dance? Did I make the right choices? Right? Whatever you're going through, what was the moment that you said to yourself, okay, let me try it one more time. I think I could make some money off of this. When did that happen? Did it happen after that?
No, that's a great question. Actually, before we get into that, I gotta give props, man. Yeah, this is one of the first podcasts that I've been on next to a guy named Seti. I did one with, but I got to give you 2 thank yous. First thank you is for having me on here. Thank you and your wife for inviting me to come out. The second thank you, I gotta say this, right? I've avoided a lot of these podcasts for a lot of different reasons, but truth be told, I just kind of avoided it for the simple fact I didn't think I did enough in my career to deserve flowers. I run into you guys at this fest. I'm not going to say what it is because right now it's getting a lot of heat right now, so I'm not going to say what fest it was. But I ran into you guys. I ran into you guys, and I know you had already kind of reached out to me, and I just I put it to the side for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, I run into, and you said something that kind of triggered that thought that reminded me that I did do a lot. When you said, "Hey, we literally have done everything from concerts to shows to pageants." Man, we've done everything from private corporate events to clubs, to
golf tournaments,
divorce
parties. We have done
we
divorce
have literally
parties.
done it all. And then when you said, "Hey, I want to give you your flowers while you're still here," that stuck with me. I walked away, and it was crazy. Right when you said that, and you said, "Man, please just let me do that," I quickly let everything go, and I said, "Maybe I deserve it." So. Yeah, that's really what it is. So before I kind of dive into the question, that was asked, I had to give you that props. So thank you, especially your wife for allowing me to be here, and then actually inspiring me to come out and want to do this. So going back to it, I believe passion is the Novocaine for the hustle, and I'm telling you, that's exactly what it is. Passion is the Novocaine for the hustle because there's going to be times where I'm not making money. I'm not doing really well at it. I'm trying to do all these things am I going to make it? And that's what I'm saying. When I first started, I asked myself, like, why would somebody put themselves through all this stress over it, right? And a little bit at a time.
Second guessing.
Right.
Jeez.
I literally, and you know what's crazy is that's those same butterflies that I had back then, I still have them now. 25 plus years later, I still argue with my same demons. Like, hey, can I do this? Can
And
I rock
people
this?
that don't understand about that, to me, being in the game like you, if you don't have butterflies, it worries me.
Yes.
It'll worry me. I don't
Yes.
care how long you've been doing it. I talked to, I'm not dropping names, but this guy has been Gary Cole. He's a famous actor, but this guy said to me, bro, if you're not excited about your thing, how can I get excited about your thing, man?
Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
the same thing. I really appreciate that thought.
Yeah.
You take care in the craft. You're not only is it just because you're getting paid to do a job, you actually look like you're enjoying yourself. Can you talk about that part? It's,
man.
if you love what you do.
I absolutely love I literally love everything about the game, the setup, and even prior to the setup,
So you had me cracking up. I watched your video. I was, because I knew you were coming on, so I went and watched the video. Sole, I saw you put up the table. I saw you put the thing under. I'm like, my poor guy, shit. I was having anxiety, but I knew that you were in your space.
Oh man, that's literally my
You
therapy.
were not like, shit, I wish somebody would help. No, I get it, bro.
That's my therapy. I love. You know what? And I got to give it up to all my Lau crews, especially my sons, because I have 3 boys, right? And so all 3 boys, they roll with me. They carried the speakers. I mean, back then back then they was carrying CD boxes. Before that, they was carrying, vinyl, crates. They were carrying my crates. So now it's the youngest, and so if he's available, he'll come out. But for the most part, I enjoy it. That's my therapy.
You know what? I know I used to make jokes about Fiji in the wheelchair. I've changed the way I looked at it. I hope that we can mimic Fiji. You're DJing on your wheelchair, and I'm emceeing in my wheelchair. I hope the brother has changed the game for me. I'm like, nah.
Say less.
What are we doing here?
Say less.
Hey, specialist, hit the beat, man. Just drop it like it's hot. We gonna be like that, and my gums are gonna, my dentures are gonna come out. I'm trying to get people. I hope we can do it as that long, like Fiji.
I agree with that.
I gotta ask about a memory because nobody understands parties. Takes it in the way DJs. You're there, you see everything.
For sure.
Crazy moment. Where behind the scenes, it looked like you couldn't get anything right, but in the front, the crowd had no idea.
Right.
They was popping it, they was dropping it,
right.
and everybody left having a good time. Can you share one of those stories? I just want to get a peek behind the chaos that you have to organize chaos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely. So every single event for me is like that. Every single event, there's always that behind the scenes battle that you're fighting, and that nobody else sees or hears. But at the end of the day, and here's the thing. So I'll take for example, I was doing an outdoor event, right? I'm plugged in. Generally, I need about 120 in order to run the system and keep it cool, right? Yeah. So I'm running. I plug in, and I'm at 115, right? So. And here I am trying to do everything. Everything comes into mind to adjust, to do this. And this was all because at the end of the day, people don't know those things. They don't know that, the client didn't set you up right. You weren't in the right position. They didn't give you a playlist. They didn't set you up for success. But all they cared about was, man, that DJ didn't perform. I thought he was supposed to be the best at that. So, and those are things that I carry. And that's every event. Right. I mean, to name off one would be, there's
something that always happens at every event.
There's something that happens at every event that you look at and you go, okay, that was new. But I believe that's something that that DJ has given me is the fact that always be prepared, have that plan A, plan all the way to plan Z, have A, B, C, D, E, and then when you run out of that, have a second one. So you always got to back up to be ready for that.
You are the hall monitor. I don't mean that in a disparaging way. You're the hall monitor of the vibe of every event you go to. Yeah. I want to know, because you can't pour from an empty jug, how do you fill your jug so that when you go to an event, that energy flows through you, through your music, to the crowd? Because you can't come there in a bad attitude. You can't have any of that stuff. You're as important as the people that are walking down the aisle for the wedding. So when we come back, we're going to take a break. We're just picking the brain of DJ Specialist, one of the best that's been doing it for a long time. 1-year-old birthday girl, you're about to get married. Let's make it a great story. Let's put a loop on that thing, all right? Enjoy the music. Specialist and I are going to come back. I'm going to ask him that question. How do you stay full so that you can pour into your music so that everybody has a better event? That's next.
Yeah, you kept strolling on like you saw no one. to show your feeling. But girl, if you just try, you see it's easy. There are many ways to show your love, and it don't always come in a bed of roses. And girl, only if you knew the way I felt, you would never ever think the way you do. So please understand where this Fijian's coming from. I will do my best to prove to you that I'm so cold in love with you. What must I do to prove it's true? Yeah. Well, I'm so cold in love with you. Baby, tell me what am I to do? Make
That's probably the easiest way to say it.
Because, oh, sorry. Are we back on? Huh? Oh, sorry. We're enjoying the air. Welcome back to Hello for Utah. We're a new show. If you'd like to sponsor us with the air condition, we would love. We take all. Look, if it works, we don't care about how it looks. We will take a window unit, and then we will mention you all the times during the summer.
Just make sure it's free and clear.
Hey.
Just make sure it's free and clear. Don't be taking something from somebody else, man.
You know our friends. Don't talk about our friends. We're not gonna bust you out. Welcome back into the show. My very good friend Kamal Boku, yes, from Savai, my man DJ Specialist. We last left everybody off really quick before we get into continuing our conversation. Siausi Cook Vehikite, he's missing from his family. He went missing Wednesday. If you do see him, or if you've seen him and know any kind of information that could lead to his finding and his family finding him, please, on the flyer, there's a place where you can leave a message, or you can leave it in the comment. We'll make sure that it gets to his family. But we are back in the show with my good friend Sui. And I know all you guys probably think, I thought you guys are all related. He's married to my cousin. Okay, Issa's my cousin, so I'm related to the Leotas. But I guess, yeah, so he's my cousin. Fine.
There it is.
Sui, I would love to ask about how you fill your jug, because, again, anytime I know, if I go to an event, I know a dance, especially a dance, because I like to dance, get my groove on. If I know that you're there, I don't worry. I don't worry about the party mode. I don't worry about if it's going to be fun. I don't worry about any of those things. Like, who's DJing? Especially, let's go. Right. That's the honest truth. There are certain DJs that we can do that, right? You're one of them. I swear you're one of them. Appreciate that. Here's the thing I do notice, because I'm an energy guy too. I'm a vibe guy. You're important to the entire darn thing, whether people know it or not. Once the time's turned over to you, you become this maestro. You're the conductor, and in order to keep the party successful, the floor's got to be full. The floor's got to be dancing, right?
Agreed.
So you're coming there. You're energetic. You're hyped up. You're ready to go. Your jug is full to pour for the crowd. When you're off, how does DJ Specialist pour into himself so that he continues to have the positive energy when he works behind the DJ?
That's a great question. So to answer that, for me, when DJ Specialist isn't DJing, he's still DJ Specialist. So everything for me comes from, I literally drive around listening to music. So I'm constantly curating the next playlist, for the next event. I'm creating it out of scratch. I'm pulling from past experiences. So when I actually get to the event, I can't wait to pour it out. See, and that's where I say sometimes I get ahead of myself, and I need that constant reminder. So a lot of people don't know this, but the real reason why DJ Specialist is successful is my wife. Like, she's I'm not trying to win any brownie points, trust me, man.
And who cares if he is? Come for me. You all know where I am. Yeah, he's married to my cousin. Yeah. Anyway.
But I allow, I've humbled myself, I've humbled myself to the point where I say, hey, somebody's got to be there to tell me the truth. So, she's the reason why when people ask, what makes DJ Specialist, what is the DJ Specialist brand? First of all, it's the experience. I mean, you can't beat that, right? 25 plus years of doing this, you figured something out, right? And then how to be able to reset is basically that time to the next. Now, sometimes I get booked back to back, right? So I don't take. I know a lot of DJs, they'll cheat for a little bit, right? Maybe I'll take a playlist and play it to that, right? And that's where I say I curate a specific playlist for that specific event. So all those things are things that I've done to refill myself for the next party. So I believe everyone that books me deserves 110%, and so I got to give 110%. They're not going to look at me, well, you're not feeling good, you're not doing great, or maybe you had a bad day, maybe you didn't have something to eat or whatever. All those things have to be put aside because you have to deliver on what on what people are booking you for.
You're the specialist.
That's
you
right.
have a reputation.
That's right.
You're only as good as your last gig.
I believe that 100%.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Yeah. So and when you can create enough of those special moments, that's where when people ask me what is the specialist brand, I'll basically take a simple party and elevate it to something that's memorable.
Yeah.
So that's the goal. I want you to leave feeling like I went on a musical journey. That because we all know music is tied intrinsically to an emotion or a memory or something. So if you can ride that on the highs and the lows and the downs and the ins and out, I mean, people forget where they're at. I remember at the clubs. Remember when we were at clubs doing it? I mean, we were there for 4.5 hours, but people were getting mad at us like, man, I just. It flew by. I'm like, that's how you know you had a good time. You forgot where you were.
And don't show up last half hour too. That's their fault. That's their fault.
You remember
Not us.
You remember when we used to do the reggae session?
As soon as it would play, everybody knew. Oh, we came late. Y'all came late. You know the reggae. What was Proposal?
Yeah,
Proposal.
Remember that?
As soon as it
Wayne,
came on,
Wayne Wonder.
Wayne Wonder.
And we used to like a lot of people don't know, man. We were rocking. I remember Tainted by Natural Roots.
Natural Roots. We gave it a beat.
We gave it a beat.
Sorry,
we made them.
What got we? He. I just want to correct myself before everybody watches. Why you like me? We.
So we made a lot of these like local, and that's kind of I feel like
Bro, I forgot that mix you did. It went national. A lot of other polys were using your mix. Do you remember that?
I'm happy. I didn't know.
Oh, he didn't know
a lot of that.
He didn't get paid for those things. Sorry.
Back then I think it was called MySpace, man, and that stuff was all on there, man. And that's for reals, man. That stuff was all on there. But that I even remember bumping J-Boog before J-Boog even came out.
Yes,
I remember we were rocking that before it came out.
Everybody would come. I remember. No, this is a constant scene. If you ever were at the Sky Bar, this dude would drop a new poly hit and make it sound like it's been playing forever. Oh, man. And as soon as it's done, here's like 4 or 5 people come up. Hey, what song is that? Who sings it? I want to download it. I'm like, get away. Go dance.
And it was crazy. I remember when we were dropping J-Book, I think we dropped it for like a good 6-7 months. And then he had his first concert here in Utah. And that was one of his first ones that he did.
Really?
Just coming out.
He was surprised people were singing his song.
That's what I said. I
said. I remember that concert. And I gave you credit in the crowd. I said, so like nobody even knew. Sorry, I don't mean it in a bad way, but I just have to remember, I was drinking and I said it exactly like this quote. So like, nobody even knew this wham if it wasn't. I said it like that. Obviously, we know you're not a wham, but I'm just telling, me, I just tell it like it is, bro.
Yeah, but you didn't need to say it.
I'm sorry.
Just because you can.
I'm sorry.
Doesn't mean you need to say it.
I was just saying out loud, I was just saying that. But just to accentuate the point that
for sure.
You were doing it. That's all. Sorry, Jay, if you want to come on here and talk to me about it, we can do that. And if you don't want... That's fine. It was just a moment.
So I've always been known as the people's DJ. So I still rap a lot of the local artists. I try to bring them up whenever I'm playing at a national function or something that's going to be corporate or something that's even in the club. I always slip in there our poly stuff because I feel like, man, we just need a shot. We just need one shot and somebody hearing it at the right time, right place.
I have to be happy for those moments because when that first happened and I saw non-poly singing our song, I'm like, that's not even yours. I'm like, what? That's our song. Yeah, wake up what? Yeah, wake up what? But thank you for showing us the example that anybody can dance to any music. I got to give you also props because you let me spread my wings a little bit. It was the early days of radio. It had been before I got into Fox. And the three of us, me, you, and Hobart, our cousin Hobart Awalua, it started with Hobart, but I took it and I championed it on the radio. If you remember the Alicia Keys song.
Oh, yes.
You
when
don't know
did-
my name?
Yes.
So Hobart did it in the club. I have to be honest, and we got to tell the truth because Facebook and iPhones were not available back there. But I know the truth. He knows the truth, and Hobart knows the truth. The truth of that whole skit is BZ did it for the first time in the nightclub. I heard it. I went the next day on radio, and I stole his bit. There. Y'all happy? But I'm the one that went national.
Because you can say it doesn't
I'm
mean
telling
you
the
need to
truth.
say it. It's cool.
Hobart was the one. I got to give him props.
Man.
Hobart, I got to give him props because everybody gave me credit. Everybody gave me credit for doing that on the radio, and I did.
Right.
But it wasn't until I went to the Sky Bar with the three of us, we kind of just had it happen because we were joking around. If you remember, we were joking around behind the thing. She comes on, I'm like, watch this. And the BZ grabs me like, yeah, I'm right here. See, I'll meet you over there anytime. And I got that idea. And what I did was I didn't mimic what BZ did. I just really answered back what Alicia was talking about.
Right.
But I got the idea from Hobart. BZ, love you, man. I know you never
boy.
tell that story. I tell your story. You came up with the idea before I did.
Shout out to my boy, Easy, man.
But
He
that
broke it down
skit,
with me.
it took me national. I got national recognition from
Serious?
that. I had Alicia's management people call me and order a cease and desist.
That's how you know you did a good job. It's when they copyright you.
They
That's
said,
how you know
hey,
you did a good job.
You can't be doing that, man. Talking on the end of I'm like, but it was a fun skit. Funny or not, they sent me an email, or you'll be slapped with a lawsuit, or you want to pay fine. I'm like, I won't do it anymore. I won't do it anymore.
At least not on the radio.
But we did it at your gig. That's what I'm trying to say. All that thing that happened for me, it didn't happen unless I didn't have people who trusted me. Because we were in a space, we were just shooting game.
Right.
We were just shooting ideas.
Right.
This fool comes up with a great skit.
Right.
And I just mimicked it. I just wanted to give him his flowers because I know the true story. He gives me credit. He said, bro, you crazy. I heard you did that on the radio. The real story is BG did it first.
Well, you know, if you take from that anything, right, it's the fact that a lot of these great ideas, you know, come when you're just when you're surrounded by right people at the right time.
So,
you know, when you're all going towards the same goal, right? All these great things happen, you know, and that's something that I try to do is I surround myself with the people going towards the same goal as me.
But you also give people enough rope to hang themselves. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
Like
can
that's
also
why I was
see it.
giving you props. I was giving you props. Here I am coming in trying to be part of your crew with BZ, but I didn't feel anything like, this guy can't be around. No, nothing but love. And I want to say that in those early years, it helped really form my MC skills, and it helped me have more confidence to be on TV and radio because I was doing it in the nightclub for free.
True.
Y'all let me do my craft for free. That's the real truth.
Tell that story again. Just take off the free part. So just retell that.
I was not. No, you were getting paid because you're the DJ. I was getting free drinks. I was getting free drinks.
Just take off that.
Rich,
free
remember
part.
you were giving me?
Man, it was good. It was
Oh,
good
sorry,
stuff.
sorry.
Man, Rich gonna watch this and be like, damn.
Rich,
man,
remember you
just
put me on the
gonna-
list and you said I could have drinks for every Oh, sorry. I didn't get no kickbacks, but I got free drinks. Josue, U92, let's do it again. No, seriously, brother. I mean, we're having fun. I'm loving pouring over your career. What's a memorable moment? I know you came on here, and thank you for being very humble. I love that you came on here and gave us the time. But I wanted to ask your personal moment, if you're willing to share it with us. Sure. When did you say to yourself, "This is it. This is. I know I've made it." Was it in front of 10,000 people? Was it in front of, or was it just a good show? When did you know that you can sustain yourself with DJing dances and parties?
To be honest, I still don't even have that mindset that I've made it. So I still hustle like I'm the brand new guy. I mean, if we're gonna speak of success, I know this is not DJing, but the greatest success I have really is my wife and my 3 boys. That's beyond anything. I think I mentioned it to you before. Yeah. You know, Jay-Z said something that was, was pretty powerful. You know, notoriety. True success is not from you. True success is when you can place other people in better situations to better themselves. So I took this DJing thing and I placed my kids, each of them, into positions where they can better themselves. You ask, well, what did the DJ do to get? Because if you don't know, my kids play football. They they're in the football scene, the college scene. So, and there was a lot of camps that I couldn't afford to get them into. So what I did was I bartered, I traded and said, hey, they knew the brand.
Leverage.
Yeah, they knew DJ Specialist. They said, man, we'd love for you to play at our function. So, yeah, so I traded that for the opportunity for my kids to get into that. So, again, placing my kids and as well as other people into better situations. It sounds like, unknowingly. I mean, I didn't know this really until now that you placed in that, just being in the club, that helped out form, make Big Buddha who was, or at least it helped, push you a little bit.
Sure did.
To get Big Buddha. So that's what it's all about. It's placing people and giving people the opportunity so they can better themselves with it.
Well, I don't know if I've ever shared that with you. I really, I think early on, I just had this steamroll of a career. I started going, right?
Yeah.
And I just never, I remembered where it happened. It happened at the nightclub. I totally swear that's my moment. But you were so kind enough to just let me come and play. And every time I did, we always added a different level to our, not just our relationship, friendship, but our professionalism. Remember that story? We hadn't seen each other for a long time.
Right.
I found out you're a DJ, you find out I'm hosting. We come together and it's like nothing ever
literally
happened.
picked off.
The transitions, we knew each other.
Right.
And again, that was because my training came from those early years at the Sky Bar.
Hey, that's good to know.
That's a real story, true story.
Good to know.
A lot of people didn't know that. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know. I thought I was going there to have fun. In hindsight, as I look back, I was really getting some raw training that would prepare me for the crowds and for the naysayers. But that was the other reason. I didn't want to tell you outside at that fest because it would be too heavy. It'd be too much. And I didn't want you to try to soak it in. But the truth is, I owe a lot of that MC stuff to you and Hobart for allowing me to come. And that's the truth. The absolute truth. So that was the way you helped me.
Oh man, this is a great story to know.
And I don't know if you ever knew, but I always felt like we was like that. Like I could always call you. I could always, maybe I took our friendship a little too much. That dude don't even know me like that. What the, but that's how I felt. And so maybe if you look back, it might explain a little bit of how I was towards you. I just felt like we were brothers from the day one.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't know it at the time. It took me maybe my 5th year at Fox. I had a meltdown, and I was trying to think about, how did I get here with it? So I swear, it was the Sky Bar that really settled me in, and I had to go back in all the times you guys let me take the mic. So that's why I wanted to bring you on and give you your flowers. And again, this is credit to what you've been saying. I had no idea this was a saying of yours. You're helping put people in positions where they come. You've been doing it.
Yeah.
It's with me.
I didn't know that, and I'm happy to hear that. I mean, I've always watched your career, everything what you have done, and from the TV to the radio. I just see it, and I'm like, damn, who would have thought? You know what I mean? Well, I think
I'm gonna say this time more, so because it hits different. I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I haven't even shared this with my wife. This is one of those moments that have been. I don't know if I want to say it's a sacred moment, but it's a moment for me that the rock hit the pond and the circles started going around the whole pond, right? That's my moment for me. And I swear, those nights when I took the mic and none of the crowd were responding, those early days helped form this tough skin when I would MC for our people.
For sure.
I kept coming back, and I didn't know why I was going back there, to be honest with you, but I realized those early days really did form the backbone that I would need in order to take on Fox, in order to take on this. So I really want to give you your flowers, bro. I'm trying to thank people that really have helped me that didn't know. The people that know that helped me, they're always asking me for stuff. The people that don't know, I wanna give back, and I want to also help. So I am going to make sure that this is the first DJ for Can of Fan Fest. Jason Stark, Sui, DJ Specialist, he's going to be our DJ on the ticket. I'm going to make sure that happens.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
In closing, I already know what your legacy is for me, but personally, as you talk about your wife and your sons, your legacy is already solidified. But as a DJ, as an entertainer, what would you like the whisperings about you to be? What would your legacy when we say DJs, how would you like us to remember you as DJ Specialist?
I want to be remembered as somebody who gave everything to everyone. I don't want to leave with anything. I really don't want to leave with anything. I really want to leave and people say he literally was available. He was never too far, out of reach that I couldn't reach out and understand something. Lately, I've been pushing out. So you're right. I've been low key. I've been low key for a long time.
Yeah.
I allow my DJ works to speak for themselves. Just lately, my wife and I just kind of sat back and thought to ourselves, like, what are we going to do with all this? My sons don't want to pick up the turntables. They don't want to spin. What am I going to do with all this knowledge? So you ask, what would I leave behind? I want to leave everything. I want the next person to take what I have and better their craft and be better than me. I want them to take, what I was pushing out there, and if they learn something and they can make a lot of money on it and take care of themselves, take care of the family, man, then I've done it. So I don't want to leave with anything. I really want, when my time comes and, when the good Lord says, hey, DJ Specialist, it's time for you to come up here and spin some records. It's probably going to be some Morbin Tabernacle with a little bit of Dr. Dre mixed into it. Yeah. So that's my goal right there. You know what I mean? And with a little bit of Fiji in the background, you know what I mean?
LDS, low down Samoans.
Yeah, that's how we're running it. But I want to basically leave with nothing. I want to be empty when I leave. I want to say, man, I literally left it all for the next generation. So my legacy is, obviously, I want, like you, we said that joke about, being in a wheelchair and still do it. I still want to be. I love the game so much, and I love to share it. So what makes me unique and what makes this, a legacy for me is the experience. So I want to leave it all behind. I want to leave it for the next generation of DJs, poly DJs, or just any DJs, really. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's my goal.
Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. And you're not done. You're continuing to blaze those trails. Last question, we always like to end with something fun. And since you are curating playlists, if you could put a soundtrack on your life, the title, what would your life soundtrack be? Who would be some of those? What are some of those songs on your soundtrack for your life?
Obviously, Fiji's got to be in it because I've been a fan of Fiji forever. For me, I'm big on the old classics because lately they've been doing a lot of remakes. So some of these younger generations,
that guy Tanari,
oh my gosh,
the way he's doing all those classic,
Puni, Portafiso has another one out there.
Yes.
A lot of these New Zealand artists, even local artists here, I love the fact that they're redoing it. So for me, the soundtrack is going to have to include a lot of those original tracks that they remixed, that they've remade, and it sounds amazing. So that, and like I said, I'm just a simple kid from Samoa. So at the end of the day, I just enjoyed all that stuff.
Really quick, artists. Who are some hot poly artists right now that we need to go check out that you're starting to put on your lists?
So obviously, the one that comes to mind is the one that we bump a lot is Kenyon Brown. Kenyon Brown. In fact, that whole family, they have a remix of a song called Hula Hoop. That's out. That one's fire.
Is that the same, the Budah? Is that them?
With her. Okay. That's the sister, and then they have
talented family. Then.
Oh man, that whole family is amazing. Okay. So them, I like a lot of Puni. I don't know if you know Puni. Puni is a son of Punyalava. Yeah. So I like his music. There's a few others, and like I said, even Fiji's coming out with new stuff. I like obviously the Maoli, the Common Kings, and then I love all the local stuff.
All that dude on Today's Show.
Oh yeah, man, he killing, man. Yeah. So.
Thank you so much. You have an event coming up that we can attend that's open to the public?
No, a lot of my events right now are
How do we hire you then?
Hire me, you just reach out. So I have DJ Specialist Utah at Gmail, or you can follow me on any of my social media. So DJ Specialist on IG, on TikTok, I think I'm DJ Specialist 27, or you can reach me on Facebook. So yeah, there's different ways to reach out to me, and I'd love to help elevate the next one.
I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed, man. If you ever want to put some energy and boost into your life, hire my boy. All right, that's all the time we got. One more reminder that Sioshi Cook Vehikete, his family's looking for him. Local guy from Rose Park, about 40 years old, has been missing since Wednesday. If you have any information, please put it in the comments or go to this connection right here, this link over here on the flyer. We'd also like to thank GetMed Card for powering this program. Easiest and quickest way to get your medical card. It's $70 right now. Remember, if you renew your medical card in Utah, you're 21 years or older, you get a discount ticket to Canna Fan Fest. If you're getting a new card for the first time, you will get a free ticket to Canada Fan Fest happening September 27th at Granary Live. That's all the time we got. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you want to sponsor this program with an air conditioner or some money to buy an air conditioner, we really would appreciate
Just
it.
gonna put it out there.
Girl our S's and throw our T's up, okay? Talking 10 Samoans. Any last words?
No, just all love, all love.
Yeah.
Malo love the straightforward.
Thank you so much.
Kailawa.
All right, have a good one, and
See you guys.
please be kind.
Thank you.